Welcome back to another Beehiiv breakdown where we take newsletters, we break down what they're doing so you can learn from them, and we highlight exactly what newsletters need to do in order to take their newsletter to the next step. We're going to be looking at writing with AI, we're going to be looking at growth and monetization. Now, to go through these, I've got this little list, and these are the basic things that I look for when a new client comes to me. So I'll be going through this list, checking everything out, reviewing their newsletter in detail. And then what I would be doing is I'd be picking out the 2 or 3 which would be the biggest wins. And that's what I want to do in this series. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of these for every single newsletter, but we'll pick out what I believe to be the biggest wins. So this is the Perez Hockey Development newsletter. You can see that everything is set up really nicely. Now I'm going to focus on growth and monetization in this particular video. Now this is written by Danny. Danny is from his newsletter, I can tell he is a development coach for hockey, and he uses this as a bulletin style newsletter to let people know what is happening. So he tells everyone what's happening in the week ahead in terms of his classes that he's going on and exactly where they're happening and who they're for in terms of age and stuff. He then has video coaching and analysis, which is really, really powerful. And if you wanted to go for a broader audience further away, then this is definitely something that he can monetize because he could build a social media following. He could ask people to submit their videos. He could then analyze them, put that on YouTube, and then from there he could get himself some remote coaching clients. But that's not the focus of this particular video because we're focusing on the newsletter. Then we've got some swag that hopefully he's earning some money from. And then he's got a promo code here for Xeon Parks, which again, from this code, it would suggest that they're tracking that and he will make a little bit of money. So although this is great and simple and we don't need to really change what he's doing in terms of design, there are a couple of opportunities here that I will be talking to Danny about in order to help him grow and make more money from his newsletter. Now, you could do these kind of videos, send them out to clients if you wanted to get your first newsletter video. Newsletter client, make the video, send it out to them, tell them what they need to do, and then they might hire you to actually do it for you. So the first thing that I would be doing is I would be talking to Danley about a referral program because he doesn't currently have one on his newsletter. And the thing is, with sports, people who do sports are incredibly passionate, and especially parents that have their children doing sports. Okay, so what you're going to have is you're going to have a group of children, young adults, adults that Danny is helping with their hockey, but you're going to have a lot of passionate parents on the sidelines or passionate individuals that talk hockey, they watch hockey. You know, hockey is a big part of their life. So what I would be doing with Danny is I was saying, let's start a referral program. Let's start getting you more people on your newsletter list through word of mouth in the local area. And let's give people some value. So the first thing I'll be asking Danny is, what do people in your community value? Is it a discount on your lessons? So we'll be targeting parents and saying, right, you know, could we give them a discount for a certain number of referrals? Would it be tickets to a local game that people would value? So a pair of tickets, you know, once you have X number of referrals, everybody on your list gets entered into a draw. There'd be loads and loads of things that we could do. Now, Beehiiv does have its own referral program built into the software. Danny would need to start paying, but he could also track this manually himself if he wanted to start with. So that would be a possibility, and we could talk to Danny about how to do that. Now with Danny, I wouldn't be interested in talking to him about SEO right away. I don't think boosts are the way to go. Hopefully in his welcome email, he's just making sure his emails get avoid spam, and he's got his offers in there like the coupon codes we saw. So I don't think a welcome email is something that he really needs to talk about. But what I would be doing in order to help him grow his business is I would definitely be talking about lead magnets. Is there a lead magnet that he could create that he could share online in Facebook groups, local community groups, something like that, local hockey groups? Or is there a giveaway that he would run? And again, I would be saying, could you put this into local community groups? Could you put it into, you know, Facebook groups, mum and dad groups, local hockey groups, all those kind of things that people would be interested in? What's going to happen is it's just an exchange of value. So people would be able to enter the giveaway once they become a subscriber. And the same thing for a lead magnet. We could put the lead magnet as a free download in the welcome email, and people would be able to get that lead magnet once they've signed up to the newsletter. Now, this could be hockey focused, but actually it could just be focused on providing local value to the community. So he could either go quite broad and find something that people in the local area value, okay, team up with another local business, maybe offering, discounts at a restaurant or something like that, and then in exchange he would get people's emails on his list. All right, so lots that he could do there in terms of growth. Now, with monetization, we can see that he is doing a little bit of affiliate marketing. He's got his promo code in there, and I would just ask him if he has updated this really recently and checked out if there are any more offers. But what I would be doing is I would be thinking about, is there anything digital that he could be offering? So we've got here that he does do his coaching. And I would start to get him thinking about, is there something that he could do remotely online with his coaching? He could start growing it on YouTube and social media, and then start reaching out to people and doing that alongside his local lessons that he is doing. So not something maybe to jump into straight away, but definitely something to think about. It's going to take some time to grow, but it could be an additional income stream to him that could be massively valuable. But this is the big one that I would be thinking about, and it would be ads and it would be sponsors. Because if Danny has a list, even if it's a small list, then he's going to have people in the local community that other local businesses want to market to. For example, a realtor would be a great person to Danny to go along to and say, would you like to sponsor my newsletter? Again, he wouldn't have to use any of the paid tools within Beehiiv in order to do this. He would just have to strike up some kind of deal with the local realtor and say, look, I'll put you in every single one of my weekly newsletters. We'll create a little ad. We'll put it at the top of every single one of my newsletters, and you pay me X amount per year, and I'll put you in 52 editions of my newsletter. We just make that link clickable, just like Danny's done down here with these other links. We just make the ad clickable and it will go through to the realtor. And all the realtor needs to do is make one deal from Danny's newsletter over a year, and that realtor's very, very quickly made their money back. And Danny has made some money for his newsletter, and all he's had to do is make some calls. Okay, and it doesn't have to be a realtor. Ideally somebody high ticket in the local area, but it could be a decking service, it could be HVAC, just somebody who has quite a large ticket to their service and only needs to make 1 or 2 sales from Danny's newsletter in order to make their money back. So this is something that I would definitely be talking to Danny about. And the thing is, he's already got an audience. He probably could already tell me somebody who would be interested in doing this, because he's got parents, adults coming to his classes 3 times a week, which means that there's probably somebody that turns up that might be interested in this already, that has a relationship with Danny and would be interested in testing this out. If not, Danny could put something in his newsletter saying, do you know somebody who would be interested in sponsoring? This is the kind of person I'm looking for. They need to be, in this particular area. I'm looking for this kind of business. Put me in contact with them, and people will know Danny, they'll trust Danny, so they're more likely to recommend businesses to him. And all he can say is just hit reply to this newsletter and let me know. And I'm sure he'd get a couple of parents, a couple of people that come to his classes raising their hands and saying, yep, I'd be interested in learning more about this. And then suddenly Danny's added $500, $1,000 extra onto his newsletter for very, very little work. And he can take some of that money that he's earning and invest it into that referral program. So every time he hits a subscriber milestone, 100, 200, 500, 1,000 subscribers, he can give away those tickets. But it's the ads and sponsors that are paid for those tickets over the year. Or he can take the hit on offering, a really big discount on some of his lessons, because he's covered that money with the ads and sponsorships in the newsletter. And that's going to pay him much better than just relying on affiliate marketing. Okay, and then as his list grows, his list becomes more valuable both to him and to the local market. So that's the conversation that I would be having with Danny about his newsletter. Some very, very simple, easy changes that he could make in order to make himself some more money and build his newsletter out and improve his business. Now, if you would like to submit your newsletter, just go down to the comments of this video, drop in the link to your newsletter. Does not have to be on Beehiiv, and we'll go through it. We'll follow this exact process. You can even let me know if you'd like me to focus on writing, growth, or monetization, and I will review your newsletter. We'll make a video, so not only will people that watch this channel see your newsletter, but you'll also be able to get some hints and some tips and some advice completely for free. We'll see you in the next one.